welcome to another video. So this time my friend Andy and I went to an exhibition called Disney y el Grupo, and in case you're new here, Andy is an illustrator and artist like me, and I thought instead of me doing narration for this video like I usually do, she and I would talk about the exhibition and about Disney from an Argentinian perspective. So you're going to see scenes from our entire day, like us having lunch and walking towards the exhibition, at the exhibition, of course, and then a bit afterwards. So I hope you enjoy. Did you grow up with Disney movies?
Oh yes, sure, of course. All my childhood.
Yeah.
I am fan of Disney from the first 2D movies.
Yeah.
I like more the 2D movies than the ones that are now. The ones that are now are okay, but my heart is with the 2D animation. For me, I remember that the movie that I watched was not the first. I think that the first was The Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
But then when I saw The Lion King, that was in 1994, I think.
1994. Yeah.
Yes, I had around 6 years old.
Yeah.
And I was so fascinated, and in that moment it started a dream for me, because I was fascinated about the how quality are that drawings.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, and the movie, the script of the movie was very good, and it was so emotional. And I remember I was seeing everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean the characters, the landscapes of the movie, and in that moment it starts a dream in my heart about what about drawing? What about if I can take my whole time drawing? I would like to draw as Disney. I mean the style of Disney.
Yeah.
And when I was 11, I started animation course, and I started to how to draw character designs with shapes, no?
Mm-hmm.
And I was fascinated, and I started to my dream in that moment. Basically, it started at 6 years old, and then it's going on around the time.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
I think that in the first, I always liked to draw character design,
Mm-hmm.
but in the middle I discovered caricature.
Yeah.
So I turned my interest a little bit to be a caricaturist,
Yeah.
but I never lose the hope to be part of a studio of animation. Not to animate, I mean to have opportunity for make character design or concept art or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was a period of time, like 2007, that I tried to show some portfolios here in Argentina. I think that I was around 20 years old, and I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I think that my work wasn't so good in that moment, so I couldn't go inside a studio here. So I tried different things, more as a caricaturist, and in the way to be a caricaturist, I had shock. So it was a little bit more easy for me to get a job.
Yeah.
As a caricaturist artist.
I was really impressed, I have to say. I wasn't expecting very much, but I was really impressed with the presentation. What did you think?
Yes, I think that they wish that us, when we go, I mean the people, can like live as they live here, because it was the plane.
Yeah.
And you can sit there, and it's like that you are traveling in their trip.
That's
you
true.
understand? It's like
we forgot to go back to that airplane and sit in the seats. we totally forgot. Oh well.
I love very much, but it's like I felt that I were with them.
Yeah.
And I was so emotional when they are talking in a way with our culture and gauchos. I am trying to Well, in the first time, the first thing that I was like incredible is there was Mary Blair.
Yeah, Mary
It was in a picture in the first time there.
Yeah.
Yes, so nice. She made the concept art of in general, right?
Yeah.
From the movies.
Yeah.
And it was so it was so nice that I like very much. Then in the first place that we were in the first floor. No, not to go to the stairs. I mean, before there were some videos too, some interviews.
Yeah.
I am seeing now, and some sketches of process of the character designs.
Yeah.
That were very interesting, and I like very much when we can see the interviews of the illustrators saying how they experience that because of their point of view, of their point of view.
So, besides Mary Blair, did you know about any of these Disney artists before going to the exhibition?
Not really. I heard something about Mary Blair before, but from the others, I didn't know anything about. Yeah. I knew that Disney had a group of people working for him, but I didn't know the names except Mary Blair. But so.
Yeah.
So it is very interesting because the different persons made different things in the studio. Not everything were like illustrators. I mean, maybe I think the one that made the soundtracks too, or music or something like that. I remember that in the videos, they were like listening to the music and writing the different notes to know how it works.
Oh, you mean
the rhythm.
When they were visiting Argentina and they were listening to the folk music here?
Yes, here, and I think that they visit Brazil too.
Oh, yeah.
So they compare it a little bit and say, okay, maybe we can make a character design for Brazil and a character design for or a character for Argentina, and they have different. I like that they have different wearing like clothes.
Yeah.
Depending from where are they, right?
Yeah.
And then I remember in the videos that they were in the countryside, and they saw how the horses are with the people, with the gauchos. Here we say domar. When you are in the horse, you say estoy domando un caballo. So the horses here in that way are a little bit aggressive because they are from nature, and were very funny for me to see that they sketch that, they animate that.
Yeah, and that thing, I don't know what that's called, but it looked like a slingshot or
Yes, it calls boleadoras in Spanish.
Oh yeah, that Goofy was throwing at the ostrich.
Yes, it's so funny, and I was I was interesting because maybe I went some few times to see some gauchos. Here we call estancias. Here are estancias that you can go with your family.
Yeah.
And you can eat. You can pass there the whole day, and you can eat asado. And there are some gauchos making music with the guitar and folklore. The folklore is a very traditional here music from the countryside. It's very nice. It's very nice, and it's nice that keeps nowadays living, no? Because the traditional things here in Argentina didn't die. That's important.
Yeah. So, had you ever seen this cartoon, Saludos Amigos?
No, I didn't hear about it. Never. But it was strange because it's our culture, and I never heard about this. And maybe I was expecting to hear in some channel of TV or something, but no, I didn't hear. And that was the first time that I saw it, and I was
That's
fascinated.
interesting.
Fascinated.
Yeah. So maybe they don't play older Disney cartoons here. I don't know.
Yes, I when I was a child, I just saw the movies. We didn't have Disney Channel here. I don't know where it born, when it born in United States, but I remember that I had Disney Channel when I was like in my teenage period. I remember a program that was in Telefe
Yeah.
on Sundays that was I don't remember the person that was talking. It was a man, but I don't remember the name. That I think that he went to the Disney park or something like that, and he presents different kind of things and some part of the movies.
Oh,
I remember that. Yes, you remember me that. Yeah, yeah. But
yes.
I didn't hear about this movies from here, from the exhibition. I didn't hear about that. I felt when I was a child, I felt that Disney had the most quality animation
Yeah. Yeah.
that I can see compared with other things.
Yeah.
Maybe I think that later comes DreamWorks. I think.
Yeah, but I remember
Um,
before them there was always Looney Tunes, and then
mm,
there was the Bluth Studios in the 70s, and Rankin Bass and Hanna-Barbera.
ah, Hanna
And
Barbera. Yes, yes, yes.
but Disney had its own distinct style, and they were the ones I loved the most because you remember it since you were very small, and you have a very warm feeling when you think of Disney, you know. And like
Yes, that's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah.
yeah, the characters are very lovable and cute. Like my favorite Disney characters have always been, besides Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, are
Mhm.
The Winnie the Pooh characters.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love the Winnie the Pooh movies, and I'm trying to think what else. I mean, I like the princess movies as well, but I think I like the animal characters more.
Yeah,
Right?
me too.
Right?
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
The princes are a little bit boring for me. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
But the animals has another things, another elements maybe in the story
Yeah.
that are more interesting and not so about the genre, the woman and man, the príncipe azul and the princesa, blah blah blah, and the animals are more maybe you can see comedy, you can see bad moments in the movies, you can see very incredible parts in the movies. I think that, for example, the Lion King has all that thing.
Yeah.
Maybe moments that are very sad, moments that are very incredible, moments that are maybe comedy parts, and and they have a different character for every part of the movie,
Uh-huh.
and and they are very emotional. You can feel, for example, you can feel what Simba is feeling too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I feel in my heart when I saw the movie. I feel when Simba is really sad. I feel really sad.
Yeah.
Well, I was a
Yeah.
child, no, but anyway, when I see the movie again now, it happened the same for me.
I feel like the animal characters are somehow easier to relate to because you're just thinking of story and their personalities. Like, Winnie the Pooh would never get political.
Yeah,
But like,
they are trying to see what's the tendency now. Uh, how you say in English? Here we say tendencia. And what are the most important topics now? And they are trying to adapt their movies
yeah.
of the all the things that are, uh, for example, uh, I am can see in some. I saw the other day. I saw some short movies in the Disney Plus that are talking about gays. It's a story about gays, two two men. It's very nice the story, but they are trying to include everything of this period of time, modern time, and sometimes it's good and sometimes it's forced. It's forzado.
That is the exact word I was trying to think of. It usually feels forced.
Because it doesn't have justification.
Yeah, it feels forced. And it takes you outside of the story, you know? Like,
Yes.
when you go to see a movie, you want to just get lost in the story. But I think sometimes with Disney, you feel what they're trying to do and the message they're trying to convey, and it takes you out of that magic, you know? And that's, I think, what frustrates a lot of people, because it's like we're getting these messages everywhere, you know? We get it. We don't need to be force fed it all the time, you know? Like, we just want good stories. I don't mean to be trashing Disney, so I might leave a lot of this out, but you know what I mean. It's like that's why I'm very wary to watch the remakes now, because I don't want them to ruin what was a very good memory, like with Pinocchio. That was a movie I really loved as a kid, but now I have that horrible remake in my head, and it was really bad, you know? Like
really, really bad, really bad.
I mean, it was shockingly bad, because one thing Disney has always done well is they have always known how to tell a good story, and so it's kind of shocking to watch the remakes and see why don't they know how to tell a good story in these remakes? I mean, they're just copying an old movie, and yet somehow they've taken out the very thing that made it interesting, you know? And how did that happen?
I do agree 100% with you.
Like, yeah.
Yes, the remake that I saw were The Lion King, Aladdin, The Beast and the Beauty. In the middle of the movie, I start to...
Oh, no.
Empecé a dormirme. No entendí la película. Me dormí en el medio.
Oh, really? Oh, my God.
And then Pinocchio, I was very, very angry. And I wasn't... Estuve a punto de cortar en el medio, de no verla más.
Sí.
Y la dejé porque digo, bueno, la dejo hasta el final. Pero no me gustó nada.
Ay, sí, qué lástima.
Zero. I will not keep seeing more live action movies from Disney anymore.
You didn't see the Little Mermaid then, right?
No, I will not see it.
Me neither. I mean, I've heard it wasn't that bad, so I might see it with Nico, but I don't know. They've ruined too many movies, you know? Like Aladdin, I did not like at all. Like I didn't understand Will Smith. The original Genie was really lovable and cute, but there was nothing lovable about the live action Genie, you know?
No.
And
I like Will Smith as an actor.
Yeah, I really like him too, but I don't know.
But here it doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, what were you thinking when you were looking at original art from actual Disney artists? What did you feel, or what did you think?
In that moment, you saw me. I was crying.
Yeah.
But I was crying because it was very. I don't know. It was like the thing that happened to me was that I remember when I was a child, a very, 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 very small person.
Yeah.
And I started to see a lot of these kind of drawings, originals. I mean, the process of the creativity of drawing with different techniques, and then I see in what moment we are now,
Yeah.
and it was very strange what happened inside of me, because uh, I uh, I perceive with the originals a lot of emotional expression of
Yeah.
the illustrators.
I mean, for me, looking at the original sketches, the concept art, it I was struck by how loose it was. Like you can tell it took them maybe 10 minutes to do, you know, and you can tell it feels like they were connected to a certain feeling, or they were trying to convey a feeling.
I imagine in the 2D animation movies when Mary Blair made the whole concept art about feelings,
Yeah,
and they translate that emotion things to the movies, to the animation, to the final art. No,
yeah,
it's a process. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. The whole exhibition makes me feel very emotional, because some because a person like Disney is,
yeah,
is eating an asado. It's like, whoa.
yeah. That was
It's very strange, but it's very wonderful. Like,
yeah. I mean, I loved seeing all the photographs of his trip here and what he experienced of Argentina. But me, for me too, my favorite was the original art from the Disney artists, and
yes,
to see that with my own eyes instead of in a book, you know, it was really incredible to see with my own eyes again. Cause I don't know, Disney is like a very has always been a big part of my life and my childhood. It was like my best memories from my childhood are all connected to Disney or Disneyland, you know? So
yeah,
um I feel um like I love Disney because it reminds me of the best part of my childhood. Like if that makes sense, you know? Like I don't know, there's a lot of nostalgia I think for anyone who's a Disney fan, you know, and I feel like if I ever go back to the well, I know I will go back one day to the Disney parks. I feel like I will probably cry like to see that.
yes. It's completely a part of us
Yeah.
that is very important. I When I was a child, I remember that I was always waiting for the movie of the year.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, for example, I know the whole years. For example, 1997 was Hercules, for example.
I
It
remember.
was fascinating, incredible, nice. Then later, the Jorobado of Notre Dame, that is, I don't know how we say in English.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yes. No, well, that was before. I later was I don't remember 1998 one. Then comes Tarzan. Tarzan was incredible, incredible.
The
I love
90s.
Tarzan.
Yeah, the 90s had the best Disney movies.
Oh, I am watching the video of the Gaucho thing, Gaucho Goofy.
Yeah.
So nice. I really love the thing. I really love this short film. I feel very that they capture a lot the traditional culture here, and I like that they put humor there. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they capture the culture and they put humor, their style, their point of view,
Yeah.
and I love it. I love it. I I really admire Disney
Mm-hmm.
as a person. I didn't know him,
Yeah.
but the 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 head that he has to create a group of people that can make possible all the ideas they have.
Yeah.
That is incredible. That is really really incredible. His mind is very intelligent person. Was a very intelligent person. I am impressed what a person can do with a lot of ideas and create a lot of ideas over the time and with a lot of people working for him. Then when he dies, the company grow up and make. I don't know if he agree or not with the new things that people now are making, but I admire him as a first person that create this as a first person.